Sana ng time lang kung may opening statement si Mayor Mabilog at saka si Senator Delima. And then after their opening statements, kung meron man, hindi ko kayo pipilitin, then we now open the questioning. But we will follow the order. May order tayo, tapos magti 10 minutes po tayo. Pero kung pwede mag-request, iklian natin mga 5 minutes per senator. Okay, so ladies first, Senator Delima, just in case you want to deliver a statement. Yes.
Very short.
Yes, go ahead, ma'am.
Very short, Your Honor. Mr. Chair and the honorable members of the subcommittee conducting today's inquiry. We can destroy and we need to destroy drugs, but we cannot destroy lives. Yan po ang sagot ko dun sa very passionate defense of the former president as to his policy of killing alleged drug offenders, alleged drug pushers, alleged drug users. We can destroy drugs, but we need not destroy lives. I just wish to emphasize that. I said that in my privileged speech in August 2016, after I filed a Senate inquiry, a resolution calling for Senate inquiry. This man, the former mayor of Davao City and the former president of the Republic of the Philippines, for so long have evaded justice and accountability for the thousands of those killed in the name of the so-called war on drugs. Hindi pa ho natin siya napapanagot after all these years. And these killings had started nung time pa niya as mayor, yung phenomenon ng Davao Death Squad. Pinatuloy niya at nagiging klarado dun sa mga naririnig natin sa House of Representatives Quadcom hearings that yun din ang ginawang modelo ng war on drugs starting 2016. I was hoping that Colonel Garma and the others who already testified there at the Quadcom hearings, including also Kerwin Espinosa, would be here so that our discussions, our presentations would be in sync with each other, or that we listen to them again, and then I will respond to them. Now, I responded to the crisis that we faced starting in 2016, as I said, by filing the resolution and by delivering a privileged speech. Ang problema, hindi ko po yun natuloy, yung aking pag-imbestiga noong mga nangyayaring patayan early on dun sa nung naging Pangulo si Rodrigo Duterte. Malungkot po ako, or actually I have mixed feelings now. People have been asking me, how do you feel that you're again appearing before the Senate for the first time? I'm setting foot in the premises of the Senate. Ang sabi ko, mixed feelings dahil sana nga noon pa hindi na natin hinintay yung libo-libong mga pinatay. Pero nagagalak naman ako that I think we have the right environment now. Sana po marami pa ang lumantad para magsabi pa kung ano talaga ang tunay na layunin ng Project double barrel. Yung kulang ho kasi nun, nung nag-imbestiga ako, when I presided over the Senate committee hearings, yes, we were able to present, actually, konti lang, dalawa lang ata out of the 13 available CHR witnesses. But because I was eventually ousted as the chairperson of the committee, after I presented Mr. Edgar Matubato, hindi na po yun natuloy. Pero, ang talagang magiging kulang ng investigation na yon ay yung mga insider na makakapagpatunay sa atin na yung Project Double Barrel is the very program that was used in eliminating and in killing drug suspects. Because malinaw sa mga naging pronouncements ng dating mayor, ng dating pangulo, na yan ang pinaka-polisiya na niya in addressing the drug problem. Nasabi na ho kanina, yung mga examples, at marami pa ho yun, I have a whole collection of his statements, which really categorically show very clearly, manifestly, that he was inducing, encouraging the killings. And it cannot just be purely rhetoric. Kasi sinunod yung mga binanggit niya. Sinunod yung kanyang mga sinasabi na kailangang patayin ng mga yan. Manlanlaban man o hindi, ang problema sa nanlaban, hindi ho kapanipaniwala. Siguro may ilan-ilan na may mga nanlaban talaga. Pero sa karamihan, sa mga lumabas na mga kwento ng mga kaanak ng mga biktima, ay karamihan sa kanila ay hindi nanlaban. Ano ba yung nangyari sa akin? Hindi lang sila nakontento na alisin ako bilang committee chairperson, but sinundan po ako ng katakot-takot na acts of persecution. Kasama na yung halos araw-araw na minumura, halos araw-araw na pinapahiya, halos araw-araw na I was deprived of my honor, and because they tried to destroy my reputation. At hindi pa ho sila nakontento doon, nag-file sila ng mga gawag-gawang mga kaso para subukan ako na mapatahimik. Hindi po sila nagtagumpay doon. Kahit nasa loob po ako sa kulungan, I continued to monitor what was happening. I had with me already the records ng Senate investigation, at least nung ako pa yung nag-preside. I even filed and submitted a comprehensive dissenting report dun sa naging majority report by the committee, the Gordon report. I filed a dissenting report. I also had the records of my investigation of the DDS phenomenon. Pero ang isa pong ang pwede nating makita doon is that hindi natin mga natapos yun kasi nandyan yung atmosphere of, or the atmosphere of fear, the culture of fear and impunity. Sa Davao, meron kaming ilan-ilan na kausap na sekreto, pero hindi naman sila pumayag na i-present sila publicly dun sa DDS inquiry ng CHR. Now, dun naman sa Senate inquiry, sabi ko nga, hindi naman talaga tinuloy. Kaya hindi kagulat-gulat na yung naging conclusion ng majority is that the killings were not state-sponsored. Kung binigyan sana ng pagkakataon na talagang ituloy yung investigasyon na yon, na mas magiging seryoso ang investigasyon, wala man lang iniisip na whitewash ng investigasyon because the then president was still at the height of his power, ay siguro pwede natin na-prove yun. Hindi nga po yun nangyari. Ngayon tayo umaasa na dahil dyan sa mga lumalabas na mga revelasyon, pwedeng-pwede at nandyan na yung mga ebidensya na mga state-sponsored yung mga killings na yan. So, one last point,
Ma'am,
Mr.
go ahead.
Chair.
Yeah.
Because,
1 minute, yes ma'am.
all right. Now, gusto ko sanang magpaalam sa committee that in my presentation, not today, because yung presentation ko dapat na ano rin, isusundan ko yung kina Father Flavi and then kay Attorney Jokno. Now I want also to present new angle. Gusto ko sanang i-tie pa talaga, i-link pa talaga sa DDS killings yung mga nangyaring patayan since 2016 or pagpatay under the name of war on drugs. I would wish to ask for permission that that's going to be the focus, especially so na lumilinaw ngayon, sinimulan na nung testimony ni Colonel Agarma na yun ang ginawang model. I would not have the time now to really explain all of that, but I can really come up with a comprehensive summary ng mga sinabi noon nila Edgar Matobato, yung mga sinabi subsequently ni Arturo Las Cañas, who at first denied that there was a DDS, denied responsibility for the killings, denied that it was then Mayor Rodrigo Duterte responsible for that. But in a subsequent appearance, wala na po ako noon, nakakulong na po ako, he recanted and gave us this very comprehensive story, lalo na dun sa kanyang ICC affidavit. I would want to
Sige
present
ma'am. Yes ma'am. Okay.
a
Can you
comprehensive-
wrap up? Okay na po ma'am?
for now.
Okay, sige po. Ganito po. We will give you the time, pero pwede ba mag-request din ng committee, can you give us a preview of what you will be presenting? Siguro if you can organize also your observations and your findings in a memorandum or position paper type document, then
I will
please
do
give
that.
us. Thank you.
I will do that, Your Honor,
Sige.
including the dissenting report and then including
Thank you, ma'am.
all of the observations. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, just very short.
Yes,
Can we have the
Sige, sige.
assurance of Senator Delima to be around once Kerwin Espinosa and Ronnie Dayan will be present in this hearing? Because I'm going to ask him questions pag andyan na yung dalawa, Mr. Chair.
May I know who is Rolly Dayan?
Ronnie Dayan was a known driver of Senator Delima, Mr.
Oh,
Chair.
Is
Sige.
he the partner of Senator Delima?
Mr. Chair,
That was revealed by Ronnie Dayan during the previous hearing many years ago, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Let's focus on our topic. Okay, gentlemen. Okay, sige, ganito. Already moved na yata yung kanina pa, no? Na Ronnie Dayan will be invited to the next hearing. Senator Laila De Lima has manifested her intention to attend the next meeting. So, the next hearing. So, tugma-tugma lahat.
Yes, Your Honor, because
you want to
that's
respond?
where I will make a
Yes,
comprehensive presentation and also comment on those revelations by Mr. Kerwin Espinosa
Yeah.
during the Quadcom, and perhaps he is expected to reiterate that here. I was hoping he would be here,
Yes.
including Colonel.
You will be there as a
Ram.
resource person, ma'am. You'll be there as a resource person, not to defend yourself. Wala, hindi resource person po kayo. Okay,
Mr. Chair, if I
okay
may.
sa Senate
Thank you,
President.
Mr. Chair. A few questions addressed to former Senator De Lima. During your time as chairperson of the Commission on Human Rights, when did you start serving as the chairman of the Commission on Human Rights, if I may ask?
I was appointed in 2008
Up to 2010.
to 2010.
All right.
When I was appointed as the Secretary of
All right.
Justice.
Did you conduct investigations regarding EJ case?
Yes,
Chair.
the CHR and bank
All right.
conducted a public inquiry right
Right.
there in Davao City.
May I know kung ano-ano po yung mga lugar na inimbestigahan nyo tungkol sa EJK?
Yung tungkol pa sa lugar, it was actually the entirety of Davao City because of the phenomenon of DDS. At inimbitahan nga po namin the former mayor who appeared and acted as resource person, and mga ilan-ilan na mga opisyal, maraming opisyal actually, the city councilors, barangay chairman, PNP officials. Only that, halos wala na nag-appear dun sa mga nakausap namin discreetly, confidentially, who shared their knowledge about the DDS. These are also self-confessed DDS members, just like Edgar Matubato. Kaya lang po, in the 2009 inquiry, wala pa po sila Edgar Matubato and Arturo Las Cañas. Na-mention yung mga pangalan nila, pero wala pa po sila doon. Hindi pa ho namin sila na-access at hindi ho na-present doon sa DDS inquiry.
So wala ho kayong results ng investigation. Were there any cases filed because of your investigation, Madam Senator?
Okay, when I was appointed in 2010, meron po ako yung aking mga personal investigation notes, pero wala pa ho yung naging resolution. Now, we turned over the records to the Commission on Human Rights, and then later, they came out with the resolution. Now, that was, I think, in 2012, June 20, 2012. Yung resolution nila, one of the recommendations is for the filing of an administrative and criminal cases against then former Mayor Rodrigo Duterte and some other officials. What I know is that this was referred to the Office of the Ombudsman, but I think later on, Mr. Duterte was cleared of, there was no finding or no cases filed.
So the former president
against-
was cleared? Am I
No,
correct?
it was not really cleared because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the main reason why no cases were filed with the Ombudsman against former Mayor Duterte and then President Duterte is that
If you-
nung linabas na po yung from the Ombudsman is he was already the president.
Well,
So on
during,
the presidential immunity.
in the course of your investigation, when you were CHR chairman, and you thought, and then you think that the former president was involved in killings in his hometown in Davao, why didn't you file cases against him?
The investigation was conducted. But the problem was that those who were in the know, yung konti ho, na mga self-confessed DDS members at that time, they're not willing
No.
to
When
testify.
when you were DOJ secretary, why didn't you file a case against the former president? You had all the means, you had all the power to do so. When you were secretary of the Department of
I
Justice.
actually referred the matter of when Edgar Matubato came to us for witness protection. I rinifer ko po uli yung the DDS matter
So what
to
happened?
the wala po. Wala po.
Bakit wala? You were a very, very powerful member of the cabinet during the Aquino administration. You did not do anything?
It's not
To
that I
pursue
did
the
not
case?
do anything.
To pursue
It's
the
just
case?
that I asked the NBI to pursue further the investigation. Pero wala na po na i-submit sa akin na report. They were telling me that they had also so much difficulty accessing possible witnesses at the time.
All right. One more thing, Madam former Senator. Why is it only in Davao that you had this investigation? Bakit Davao lang? Why were you so focused and why are you so concentrated in investigating Davao?
We were focused on investigating the so-called DDS phenomenon because we have read some reports about it, foremost of which was the report of the UN Special Rapporteur Philip Alston. And he did come out with that report citing certain findings of the UN Special Rapporteur Philip Alston. And meron din pong report, Yung Human Rights Watch, they called it, "You can die anytime," also referring to the DDS phenomenon. So we felt that at that time, because of these reports, and our CHR regional office did confirm that there were killings, but they could not tell us, or they refused to tell us, that it was actually the doings of the DDS on orders of then Mayor Rodrigo Duterte. But the insiders, the ones I mentioned kanina, I think there were 3 of them, which we interviewed secretly or discreetly, they did say that there was such a thing as a group as a Davao Death Squad, and then formed by the former mayor, and then getting orders also from the former mayor, something that were validated later on by Edgar Matubato and Arturo Las Cañas.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I would like to invite the attention of the former senator when she was still a sitting member of the Senate. With regard to the committee report of the Committee on Justice then, for the years, if I may read, for the years 2001 to 2009, under the Arroyo administration, 91,762 killings were reported, or an average of 10.196 killings per year, 850 killings per month, or 28 killings per day. On the other hand, for the years 2010 to 2016, under the Aquino administration, there were 85,878 recorded killings, with an average of 14,313 killings per year, 1,193 killings per month, or 40 killings per day. You were the Justice Secretary during the Aquino administration. Why did you not investigate these killings?
All right. May I start by saying that on the matter of EJKs in general, especially with respect to the killings of activists, I did recommend, and it was adopted, there was this Administrative Order number 35, creating an interagency committee to look into the various drug killings, to the various activist killings, targeting members of progressive groups, leftist organizations, and that was somewhat rampant during the time of former President Arroyo. Now, bakit wala pa po yung drug killings? Kasi nga po, pinapapursu ko pa sa NBI. It was not the real focus then of Administrative Number 35, which is the Special Interagency Committee to address extrajudicial killings. Now, talking about the Gordon report, you mentioned the Justice Committee report, which was subsequently headed by former Senator Dick Gordon. Sinabi nga niya po yun, na bakit yung EJKs lang, bakit yung ibang mga EJKs ay hindi natin kailangan imbestigahan, o hindi natin inimbestigahan dun sa Senate Committee. Mukhang may problema po sa ganun. Kasi ang nakita ng committee, ng majority committee in coming up with that committee report is that, well, hindi actually nila nakita na may special complexion at the time, at the start of the drug war killings beginning 2016 under the Duterte administration. I'm not talking about the drug war killings kasi wala namang ganong war on drugs specifically in Davao City, although among those, or many of those victimized, were also alleged drug offenders aside from petty criminals and other kinds of criminals. So, nakita dawat yun, and that was the very point of my resolution that I filed calling for an inquiry, na medyo ibang phenomenon ito ngayon sa war on drugs, na ito sa ngalan ng war on drugs ay may mga pinapatay in numbers, substantial numbers, in the name of war on drugs. Kaya dapat, hindi yun naging issue talaga. Bakit hindi na lang natin imbestigahan yung buong mga pangyayari ng mga EJKs in various administrations? What they failed to appreciate, I'm talking about the committee report, is that the focus of my investigation ay yung mga dumadami na halos araw-araw na pinapatay since day one of the former president's assumption into office. And even before his official assumption into office, meron na talaga na mga pinapatay araw-araw, halos araw-araw, nakita natin yon.
Thank you, ma'am.
So that's supposed to be
Mr. Chair.
the focus.
Ma'am, teka muna, Senate President Pro Tem. No? Reminder to everyone, especially the members of the committee. Ang subcommittee natin, ang instruction natin, Philippine War on Illegal Drugs. Okay. I know malaking overlap niya sa EJK because marami siguro ngang napatay in the name of Philippine War on Illegal Drugs. But this is not strictly an EJK hearing or investigation. Okay? Basta klaruhin ko lang po sa inyo lahat, lalo na sa members na subcommittee. May mother committee tayo, yun ang instruction sa atin. Investigate the Philippine war on illegal drugs. Okay, so if I may continue.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
can you extend that statement of yours to all members of the Senate? Because I'm not a member of the committee yet.
There you will be.
So I was just,
you will be.
I was just making to ensure that all members
yes.
are oriented properly, Mr. Chair. Thank
Mr.
you,
Chair.
Mr. Chair, I would just like to wrap up my questioning to
Yes.
Senator Delima. But I would like to put it on record that the resource person, the former senator, did not answer directly my question, Mr. Chair. And I might be mistaken of defending the former president. I am not defending the former president. In fact, if it is his turn to answer questions, I will ask questions also.
Darating po tayo. So, anyways, Senator De Lima will be present in the future hearings. Yes, Senator Risa?
Hello. Yes, salamat kayo, Mr. Chair. Just a brief manifestation. Kanina mention was made of a resource person na iimbitahin din natin to the next hearing and a personal detail about that resource person. Gusto ko lang i-make off record na it is already common knowledge na dahil isang leader, si Laila De Lima, nung siya ay senador at siya ay babae, wineponize talaga yung batas laban sa kanya in the most sexist and misogynistic way. Lalo na sa, unfortunately, at that time, yung kabilang house. So, I look forward dun sa ipepresent niya sa komiteng ito, Mr. Chair, yung kanyang pag-aaral, comparison, nung napag-alaman, nung CHR, nung siya ay chair, tungkol sa mga extrajudicial killings sa Davao City, at comparison nun sa nakita nilang ng komite niya dito sa Senado na EJ case, panahon ng war on drugs. And I look forward na hindi natin papayagang maulit yung pambabastos na ginawa sa kanya, lalo na sa kabilang house noon, at sa online trolling na ginawa laban sa kanya bilang isang leader at bilang isang babae. Just for the record, Mr. Chair, with full confidence that our committee, subcommittee, and our Senate will uphold that. Daghang salamat, Mr. Chair.
Senator Bato de la Rosa?
Yes, Mr. Chair. First of all, I just would like to be clarified because the beginning of the hearing, you told us that Senator Joel Villarriba is being appointed by you as the vice chairman of this subcommittee. So therefore, he's a member of this committee. He's claiming to be not.
No, he will be a member. Everything will be fixed, Mr.
Thank you.
I'm willing to be
Mr.
questioned by Senator
No,
Bato,
no,
Mr.
no.
President.
No.
If there's any question that he would like to
we will
raise.
fix everything.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And Mr. Chair, I just would like to put on record my observation in this committee hearing that in this committee hearing, our resource persons are given even 10 to 15 to beyond the 15 minutes time to speak up. Unlike what happened in the Quadcom in the lower house, wherein kawawa ang mga pulis na ginawang resource person doon. This question is answerable by yes or no? Yes lang or no lang. No more explanation. Pero dito, Mr. Chair, we are treating our resource person with dignity and respect. So I just would like to put it on record, Mr. Chair. And as a follow-up to the question of our majority or Senate pro tempore to Senator Delima, Mr. Chair, isn't it a fact that NBI is operationally and administratively under the Department of Justice?
It is.
Yes. So if it is, if you are morally convinced about the wrongdoings of the former mayor of Davao City, about these killings, bakit mo po hinahayaan lang na walang report yung NBI sa'yo? You have instructed the NBI to follow up on this investigation. Tapos na lang yung buong year, 6 years of the Aquino administration, hindi ka nakapag-file ng kaso kay President Duterte. Is that malfeasance on your part as that Secretary of Justice wherein you are morally convinced na may ginawang masama si Pangulong Mayor Duterte. Tapos ngayon, hinayaan mo lang NBI na walang ginawa, walang binalik na report, or baka sinabihan ka ng NBI, ma'am, ang ating kaso will not stand in court. Baka gano'n sinabi sa iyo. Kaya wala na nangyayari doon sa ginawa mong tasking sa NBI.
Can we
Your
request for
Honor.
a brief answer, ma'am?
My brief answer is that I did make some certain follow-ups, and there was reports from the NBI, verbal reports, when I asked about them and that what would they tell me, that nahihirapan sila na mag-access sa Davao ng mga possible witnesses.
Can I have the name of the NBI chief during that time na kinausap, na sinabihan nyo? Word lang.
NBI, was it Gier?
Paki-recall na lang, ma'am, and then once
Yes,
you recall,
we will,
tell us.
we will.
Okay, nandito pa kasi ako sa time na I'm giving the victims the chance nga to speak out, to air. Okay, andito pa tayo. Dalawa na lang naman yung ang tatanungin ko. Okay, Mayor Mabilog, you want to say something? Pwedeng hindi, pwedeng meron. Nasa sayo.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, honorable members of the subcommittee on the Blue Ribbon Committee. Good afternoon po. First and foremost, gusto ko lang po sabihin na I was not and never will be a drug protector. I don't know personally nor did I benefit in any way from any illegal drug personality in Iloilo or elsewhere. Naging kabataang barangay chairman po ako, city councilor, vice mayor, and mayor for 6 years. And kahit naging mayor ako for 6 years, kahit wala po akong formal training as mayor on addressing illegal or crime or illegal drugs, wala pong training na ibinigay po sa amin. I took decisive action to combat the drug problem of the city. As a matter of fact, it was even recognized on the national level by both the PDEA and the police, PNP, in 2014, 2015, 2016, and 2017. So, as mayor in the beginning, as mandated by law, I am aware of my authority to set local policies and priorities related to crime and drugs. I'm also aware that the law that dictates that the PNP and the PDEA handle crime investigation and response and the combating of drug trafficking and enforcement of drug laws, while the mayor relies on the police and the PDEA to implement them. So until such time that my name was included in the list, and until that I was granted political asylum by the United States of America government, and that's why I'm here, Mr. Chair, at the behest of the Senate, as a matter of courtesy to this institution, to answer the best of my knowledge questions related to the inquiry. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Okay. Last ko na gustong i-recognize ngayong hapon na is upon the request of Attorney Jokno, si Roger Herrero. Pero wala siyang affidavit. So ganito na lang ang request ko. Attorney Jokno, can you prepare the affidavit of Roger Herrero? Give it to us before his actual appearance before this committee. I will give him time sa second hearing as a victim. Apo.
We will do that.
Kasi
Your Honor.
mabigat na storya po nito. Okay, so now,
Mr. Chair,
yes,
bago
yes,
natin
Senator
iwan
Risa.
po yung salamat kaayo, Mr. Chair, before we leave the victim families, also for the information of the committee, nandito rin po kasama natin si Vincent Go, ng tinawag nila sarili nila night crawlers. Sila po yung mga photojournalists na dinocument yung EJ case all throughout the war on drugs. So available din po sila, Mr. Chair, to answer any questions of the senators.
Vincent Go, sige,
Vincent
Vincent
Go,
Go,
Mr. Chair. Salamat
can I
kaayo,
make the
Mr. Chair.
request to your organization, Night Crawlers, if you can make a 5-minute presentation sa next hearing? I expect na maganda mga pictures doon kasi I think you are photojournalist or photographer. So sa next hearing na po, Mr. Go, please organize your data. So nasabi ko na yun. So we will now go into the questioning proper by the senators by order of appearance, but we give priority to our officers. But ganito, wala kasi sila Colonel Garma and si Colonel Leonardo. But since public knowledge na rin naman yung sinabi nila okay? Widely publicized na, I will allow questioning on those matters kung gusto lang po ng mga members ng committee. Okay, so sila former Secretary Panelo at saka former Secretary Belica invited by Senator Bongo. I can give you 3 minutes for opening statement if you want.
Mr. Chair.